So today is my last day at work, and I figured I'd show you guys what my commute is like, since might be the last time I make this commute. But before we get into that, I do want to thank everyone. In our last video, we hit 38 subscribers. Not a lot, but it means a lot for a growing YouTube channel. A little bit more about this video before we get into the boots on the ground action. I stopped driving in Los Angeles about a year ago, and since then I've tried different bus routes to get to work. None of the bus routes are good. They all have their trade-offs, but I most recently settled on this route. It's a 2 transfer route, meaning I have to take a bus and then another bus, and then I switch over to a light rail line. Before you jump back in, remember to like and follow if you've been enjoying this urban exploration and vlogging type content that I've been producing. It really helps out the channel. So first, every morning I turn down Olympic, and it's gonna get loud, as it always does on Olympic. And I'm gonna walk about half a mile, quarter of a mile to my bus stop. Let's check it out. My bus is actually right there. I think I'm about to miss it. It's unfortunate because the bus only comes out once every 15 minutes, so I'm out of luck for the next 15 minutes. These 3 buildings right here have all come up in the last year or 2. I talked about it in my last video about all the construction going on around in Koreatown, but I honestly couldn't even cover most of it. There's so much construction happening. So the first part of the commute is the 28 bus line that travels all the way from the beach to downtown LA. This part of the journey is relatively short. It is only about a 15-minute bus ride. It goes through some dingy parts that are between Koreatown and downtown LA. Usually it's not an issue, but occasionally some odd folk do board the bus and cause unease. I get off at the intersection of Olympic Boulevard and Flowers Street. I have a short walk to my next bus. Alright, so I got to my first transfer stop. Now I need to take the 910 or the 950. It's called the Silver Line, all the way down to... I don't actually know where it stops, but it's a station under a highway. This is one of those bus stops that has no seats, no benches, no shelters, just a pole in the ground, which is honestly kind of ridiculous considering the amount of just available space on this concrete here. Just some more information on the Silver Line, because this is a pretty bizarre bus line that I haven't seen anywhere else in the country. But it's a public bus line that goes onto the freeway into its own fast pass lane. Well, it's a fast pass lane that it shares with other cars that pay for the subscription, but people who ride it get it for free. The fare is a bit more expensive. A normal bus ticket in LA is $175, but on the Silver Line, the ticket goes up to $225 or $250, I believe. Thankfully, it does transfer, so the $175 that I paid to get on the 28 already covers some of the fare of the Silver Line. The Silver Line also has several stops along the highway. The Silver Line is about a 20 to 25 minute commute. As I said, the bus goes through the fast pass lane. On days with heavy traffic, this actually makes commuting by bus significantly faster than driving. People usually ask what I do during this commute. Typically, I read when I commute. This already feels more productive than staring at concrete for 40 minutes, which is what most drivers do. However, with 2 key transfers, it's honestly hard to do anything. I have missed my stop before because I was trying to read or watch a video. So on this specific commute, I usually just listen to music and watch the palm trees go by. So this is the station. It is really loud. Normally I have to wear hearing protection. It's really about to get so much louder once I get to the top of this escalator. Normally I wear my AirPods, but I haven't had the time to put them in my ears yet because I'm recording. Oh, this is gonna be so bad. This is just not this is not safe for people. It's really I had to put in my AirPods, my noise canceling headphones, because otherwise it's just not safe for me to hear up here. There's no way it's in a reasonable human decibel range. The whole concept of a station on a highway is actually insane. Like, the fact that anyone approved such a design is crazy to me. It's a system's never been that simple. There is no better way to make transit users feel like second-class citizens than to put their station on a highway. It's really hard to take the city seriously when you try to design something like this. The Green Line itself is the shortest transfer. It's only 2 stops, so usually only takes about 10 minutes. In fact, the wait for the Green Line is usually longer than the ride itself. The quality of the Green Line also varies. The cart always smells of either cigarettes, cheap marijuana, or urine. There are usually homeless people sleeping on it, but only one time have I had a problem on this line. Alright, I just arrived at my last stop. It's still about maybe a third or 2/3 of a mile walk to my actual office. So I'll show you a little bit of the walk. It's, again, not a pleasant walk like any walk in Los Angeles, but here we go. So while all these cars get, what is that, 8 lanes of road, I get a nice 3 feet of pavement. That makes sense. Then we arrive to this intersection of Crenshaw and 120th. This is such a long wait, but here we go. Brave, man. Absolutely insane. And then just a little bit of sidewalk again. This garbage can has always weirded me out. Like, who is this for? Are cars supposed to, like, basketball loop their garbage into here? There's nobody walking here. I'm like the only person. So back there where you see that rocket, this thing right here, this thing right here. So right here is where I work, or around that general area. So as I get closer, I'm gonna have to, unfortunately, cut the camera just because I obviously cannot film inside the office. All right, now I am gonna have to cut it off. But yeah, this has been my commute. So if you enjoyed this video, remember to subscribe, like, follow for more.